we went to Bolivia for 10 days on a mission trip. And it was really fun. I stayed at a house for guys that used to live on the street or were in orphanages. So I had a lot of fun with them, and they're now going to university. I had a good relationship with the guys. I got to talk to a lot of them in Spanish with the little Spanish I knew. And I got a good relationship with one named Paul. And I was talking to him and I was saying, there was this one person in my team I was getting a little annoyed with because they were like too over the top, too happy. I said that. I said that to him, and I also said it was a bit overpowering, and I feel bad about it now, but but then Paul replied to me saying, "No, that's great. We need that in Bolivia." And I'm like, "Oh." And then he said to me, "When your heart is low, it shows on your body and face. And when your heart is high, it shows on your body and face." Then he gave me an example. When a plane engine is having problems or is broken, the plane goes down. If the engine is working well, the plane goes up or goes straight. And that was my highlight for the trip.
Okay. So good, very good. Hello. Yeah, so I went to Bolivia, and it was really good. I went with my school, and I would say my favorite part was the people and the culture. I made a really good relationship with the guys too, and I met this one lady named Vanessa, and she stayed with the girls at night, and she came sometimes, like what we did during the day. And there's a picture there of her. I have some pictures. Oh yeah, that she's in the pink. Yeah, that, and the next one too. Yeah, that one. That was at the resort on the last day, and this was like a bird sanctuary, and there was like a tower that you could go up and like see like across the land and stuff. And yeah, that's the tower. And those two birds, whenever you went up, they say "Hola, hola," and they were so mean though, because when you went past them, they would like lunge at you, and then yeah, so that was really cool. Oh yeah, that's all of us, and that's Andres. And Paul's the one like with the glasses and like going like this with the peace sign, and yeah, and Andres was the one with the pink shirt there. And yeah, oh, that was when I said my testimony in Spanish, and this one girl wanted to speak with me alone, and because she was a new Christian and she had some questions, and then Vanessa really helped me. She's the one that's mostly spoke, because she's like really wise, and I feel like God gives her the words to say, and I just like looked up some verses in Spanish to show, and that was really cool. So yeah, like I say my testimony, but I don't know how it impacts other people. So I was like, wow. And yeah, so yeah, I really like the people in the culture, and it reminded me of like being with my family, because my mom's from Argentina and the culture is similar. And yeah, and I really like how the culture is super like relational and community based, and I really like that. And yeah, so we did lots of things every day, but I'm going to tell you about the one people group in Bolivia, and they're called the Ireo community. And so like there's a lot of people in Bolivia with poverty, and they're looked down upon, like they're low, but like this people is like below that, like it's the lowest of the low. And so, but the church that we went to in Bolivia have a good relationship with this people group, so we went and visit them. And it was really good. I didn't realize until after that was like actually a super dark and hopeless place. Like there's garbage everywhere, and the houses are made of like mud. There's one. Can you go the one before, please? Oh yeah, that one. It's behind it is the houses, and you can see like there's garbage everywhere, and there's mud houses and stuff. And the kids are like neglected. Like the parents, the adults don't care about the kids. Like the kids are kind of left to fend for themselves. And yeah, so then we went to the church. They have like a little church, and there's like a volleyball court beside it, and so we played volleyball with them, and some adults came from the community came and watched us, and like the kids came and they're playing. My friends were like playing with the kids and stuff, and it was really nice. And they told us after that the chief of the community came and watched us, and when we were playing volleyball, we actually like hit the chief's friend. It was really funny, but we're like, whoops. And then, yeah, so that was really good. And when we were visiting them, when we played volleyball, there was like this huge rainbow. You could see it that came, and it was like super clear and bright. And God told me now that like that was a sign that like I love this people. I'm not gonna give up on them, and I'm faithful. And so even if it's a hopeless place, I'm gonna come and bring hope to that place. And so that was really cool. And that's what God told me too. Like even though it might be such a bad place, dark place, there's still good things going on. God is still working. And so that's what God told me through it. And now, there, I was just like doing like serving and like watching, observing, and now God is actually walking me through all like what He did during the trip. So yeah, now I'm just processing, but yeah, that was really cool. Visitation?
The person the family visited in the community.
Oh, I didn't really.
Okay, well, I'll tell about mine.
Okay.
So in this community, most of us got to visit family, and when I went, I actually had the honor to visit one of the elders of the community, and she actually went to the U.S. To speak about the problems with like her community and stuff. And she was very wise and everything, and she was saying how they've been kicked out of so many places, and they've been forced farther and farther away from where they originally been living, which is actually closer to Argentina. And it was just very sad to see, like, to hear that, and she was very sad about it and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, and also the church, they have this like girls' home, and it's a home for girls that are like that have high risk of being sold into sex trafficking and stuff. And that's another thing that the church had, and that was really cool. I think there was 11 girls in the home, and we also visited their home, and that was really cool too. And what else do I say? That's it.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.